As you can see, the guest is in the mirror. All you can see at the moment is a guy with a person with a shirt. I think I've told you that he's a man. I don't know if I have, but you'll soon find out that he definitely is a man. Can't wait, can't wait, can't wait. So you're here now, so come and sit down. Come and join. No, so you have to, yeah, that's right. Management, no liquid. It's the liquid aspect of it. Yeah. So management, we're trying to stick to the rules and not have any drinks in the studio. We're doing our best. Let's have one of them then. I had bare sweets, not even sharing. Try. Hi, and come on, share the diabetes. Share the diabetes. Share the diabetes. Right then, introduce yourself.
Uncle Fox, Foxamous, Fox, pint with the lads. Hi.
Okay, can you hear him? I think you might have to talk into
Hello,
the
hello,
microphone
1,
a bit
2,
more.
testing.
Blue, come and make it so that it's louder so we don't have to lean
Yo.
over. Please. Here comes the sound engineer, DJ Mr. Blue.
Nice and
DJ
quick.
Mr. Blue. No, yeah, so I'm quite loud.
Hello. Yeah, I can hear myself.
Can you hear yourself?
Yeah, sounds
right,
great.
Okay, cool. Introduce yourself. Who are you?
Uncle Fox, Foxamous.
Yeah.
Fox.
Right.
Pint with the lads, exterminate. That's me.
Exterminate pirate. Is that it?
Yeah.
No, you must have more to say for yourself than that.
That's they should know who I am, man. If not, I gotta work harder.
You got to work harder.
If they don't know who I am, by saying those 5 things, then
Yeah, it's so true. And I put the thing out there so that you lot can know on the platforms of where you're supposed to put this information, the YouTube of Pint with the Lads. So basically, this is how we met. We know a mutual person, don't we?
Yeah.
Big up to yourself, Blades, every time.
Nasty Jack.
Yeah, because, what do you call him?
Nasty Jack.
Nasty, you know him as Blades?
No.
Yeah,
No,
so
I don't think many people do, to be
Yeah,
honest.
did you know that I was talking about him when I said
of course
Blades?
I know that.
Yeah, but do you know him as Blades then?
I know that's his name, his surname.
Oh, right, okay. Well, he didn't have to say that. But anyway, yeah, your business is all out there, but he said it now. He's looking around at the studio. He's like, it's nice in here, isn't it? It's all right. It's all right. Yeah. I've never been to a better studio, to be honest. I haven't been to many studios.
Oh.
You have been to loads of places. Yeah, but you've been to places where they've got nice sofas and stuff.
Yeah, I went to one extra once as well.
Oh, was that nice?
That's like it don't get any better than that. That's like the top, isn't it?
Is that the top?
Yeah,
The BBC has spent some money to make it comfortable.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good because it's spending our television license money or something.
Our taxes.
Yeah, exactly.
So our taxes go to.
Exactly. The television license definitely goes there because they don't have adverts, do they? I like listening to BBC One Extra because they don't have adverts. Because when I turn over to those other stations and bare adverts, bro, I like that. Right, as I was saying, I met Fox through Blades, which I call him Blades. And he said, do you want to do... No. First of all, he said, no, because that's not true. Flash Gordon said to
Flash.
me, Flash Gordon said to me, you should try and get a interview with this guy, but he's a bit rare, because you've got ADHD. Why is that an excuse? Why is that?
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
How does he know that?
I don't know. That's what he said. That's what he said.
I ain't even been diagnosed.
Right, okay. Well, he's diagnosed you.
Wow,
yeah.
Cool, yeah.
Physicianist, yes.
Got Dr. Flash,
yes,
yeah.
Physicianist, Dr. Flash, yeah. Psychotherapist, Dr. Flash said, yeah, da. So I said to Blades, where can you get your brethren, da. And I don't know if it's like he forgot or something, but then he said to me, what, do you want to interview my friend? Do you want to interview this guy? And I was thinking, we spoke about that like however long ago when you made that tune. When was that?
June last year.
Yeah, so there you go. I was going to say about a year ago, but I didn't want to be sure it was a year ago because I was thinking time.
Nearly,
I don't know how time goes. I don't
Time
measure
flies.
it.
Time flies.
Do you believe in time?
In this matrix, I do. Yeah.
Okay. So you believe in the minutes?
Yeah.
So how come they always feel different then? How come?
I'm from Earth. Of course, I believe in time.
Yeah. Okay, but how come? When you're locked out of your phone and it says you have to wait 30 seconds, how come that 30 seconds takes so long?
Because you're too ego and you need to be patient.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
But if you have 30 seconds to do something else, you won't do it in time. Because you just won't.
What else would you do in 30 seconds?
Not a lot. You can make an advert.
I guess.
Yeah, you can, because those adverts on the telly are made in 30 seconds.
Yeah, but they were filmed and edited, and it took time for them to be put together.
Yeah, exactly.
It wasn't just
So-
like 30 seconds. Quick,
Yeah,
bam,
but you can do adverts in 30 seconds. You can say a lot in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
If you were abroad and needed to ask for money,
Yeah, and I
and
guess
you needed 30 seconds on your credit, you would get through.
an advert doesn't have to be an advert from the 90s TV. Talking about something for 30 seconds on TikTok is an advert now. isn't it?
Exactly.
It's
Well,
different.
there you go.
It's
So,
different, yeah.
ding dong to me. Do you get me?
Yeah.
Right. So basically, Blaze put us together, didn't he?
Yeah,
Do you think that was a good idea?
yeah.
We've been speaking. So I've been doing my research secretly. He doesn't know. Do you know that I've been doing my research secretly?
No.
Yeah. So it's a good thing to do to get to know your guests before they come on. Like actually get to know them rather than you coming on here cold and I don't know anything about you. It's the first time me and you're talking. That would be weird.
Yeah, yeah. But sometimes that happens with people.
Yeah, but
But a lot of time.
I know, but that's weird.
Yeah.
I think that you should do like I don't know. Maybe I've got time in it.
No, I think your method's a bit just old school because you can look on the internet at the amount of interviews that have gone wrong with like famous people and interviewers because they haven't done their research.
Yeah,
now,
well there you
know,
go.
so-
But listen to this, yeah. I was supposed to do a roast battle with somebody because I'm a comedian, and I was supposed to do a roast battle with somebody in Basingstoke yesterday, and I don't really watch Facebook a lot because I just don't. I look at more my WhatsApp message because obviously I know something more businessy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Facebook is a bit more social. Da, da, da. Anyway, when I looked on there, the guy said, "Oh, I've asked you." He told me all these personal things about him. This guy I'm about to roast. And then he sent a message afterwards. He said, I asked you a day ago for all the information about you. Where I was thinking, why would I give you information about me to roast me about? No, but why would I do that? Like, you're giving me information, bruv. I've done my homework. I don't usually do my homework, but I done my homework on him. I checked him out fully, yeah, and I realised all this stuff about him. I've like all these jokes down about him. He's telling me I must send him information about my personal life. I ain't gonna do that, fam. Like, I'm never gonna do that. So maybe I'm not gonna do a roast battle. But I didn't know roast battles went like that, where you had to do homework.
Or I would have done research.
Yeah, but I done my own research. Didn't need to ask him for research.
Oh,
but
no,
he was
no, no.
asking me
No,
to give him personal information about myself that he could roast me with it.
He thought he's taking advantage of you.
I think so.
I think.
That is such a good point.
I think he was taking you for a.
I didn't even think of that, mate.
I'm not trying to be rude, but I think he's just taking you for
A fool.
a typical stereotyped woman with no brain.
Yeah, I think you could be
And,
right.
you're,
Because
and you're not that. And you're not that. But he's trying to. He thinks that's like me having a rap battle. Yeah. Like, hey, tell me about this. All right then. Yeah.
why would
Okay.
you do that though? Anyway, you see how things are different, how people's brains work differently. Because I was looking to go out there. I didn't even read his text about all this personal stuff about him. I couldn't give a flying hoot, mate. I've seen you. I've looked at your profile on all this and that, blah, blah, blah. I've seen the things you're up to. You're boring anyway. Do you know what I mean? I'm just going to roast you and ask you, what do you do with your life? Because all I can see is that you deal with kids, mate. Like a typical white boy. Do you know what I mean? Like, what are you doing with those kids? That's what I'd have roasted him about. Like, he works in a school. Don't do nothing else. There's nothing, a comedy, and you work in a school. Bruv, that don't sound right. Like, and then he sent in this message.
What does he do in the schools? Like a teacher?
Yeah, he's a teacher.
Oh, that's
Yeah, but he might be, like, to me, that's weird. 'Cause what else do you do, bruv? What's your interest? Kids.
Nah, but he's a teacher. He's getting good money.
Yeah, but what's your interest? Kids. Why have you got no other interest except for kids?
What do you mean? Like he's a teacher. What else are you meant to do in life?
I don't know. We'll do
I
something.
thought people get jobs and that was
No,
it.
no. You
Well-
didn't take any pictures of any food or anything like that. And he's the only person in his family with straight teeth.
Who is this guy?
His name's Nathan Ball. Big up Nathan Ball.
Nathan. We got Nathan.
Right, come on then. We've got, because we've been talking, we've got weird lives, isn't it?
Depends what aspect you're coming from.
Family.
Don't know. It depends what you mean. Because some people's.
It's not the typical nuclear family that I come from.
Oh.
Do you come from a typical nuclear family? Do you even know what that is?
No.
It is your 2.4 family with a house, a terrace house on a road. You might get a holiday every year. Blah, blah, blah.
Oh,
Probably
no,
got
no,
a couple of pets.
No. I think that's like an ideal family.
Yeah, that's called a nuclear family.
It sounds
Chemically.
It sounds toxic.
Poisoned.
It sounds toxic. doesn't it? That's the word you're using. It sounds.
The nuclear bit. Yeah, but I'm just saying what it's called.
You're making it sound good, like it's.
Yeah, it's supposed to. It's supposed
Don't
to
sound
be
good,
good.
does it?
What other things have you got in that bag? He looks like he buys good stuff. Oh no. When are you gonna eat that then?
Probably later. That's my second one. I had one on the way.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's it. That's sweet.
Right. Okay. So, here's what I'm saying now. Let's talk about how you got here. I want to know so much stuff because I always want to know stuff. I just said to them, we're here and we do the show, talk about people's business, mainly mine. But when you come on the show, it's not about, oh yeah, I made this song. Yeah, I pressed these buttons to make the beat. No, I don't care about that.
Yeah.
I want to know how you even got here, about you wearing a suit. Why do you wear a suit?
This is how I'm most recognised.
Is that how you're most recognised?
Yeah,
so when you're outside of that suit, what kinds of clothes do you wear?
Like tracksuits and Jordan 1s and Air Force 1s.
Do you wear designer clothes?
Well, a lot of Nike. I've got loads of Nike clothes and Adidas.
Do you call Nike and Adidas designer?
That's not really designer. That's like their sports brand, but the price has gone up like loads since I was growing up. For like, they might as well be designer with the new Nike prices.
Okay, so do you not think that anybody that designs something is a designer?
Exactly, but this world has got us on like, oh yeah, sports,
there you go.
Sports brand Louis and
okay,
the designers are Louis and
okay, I hear you.
And Gucci,
but you still got name brand.
Yeah.
So when you're outside of your suit, you wear Air Force Ones. Is Nike your favourite brand?
Yeah, definitely.
Are you a Nike man, not an Adidas man?
I like the tracksuits. I like the Adidas tracksuits.
Oh, okay. Do you wear Nike and Adidas mixed up together?
Trainers.
Yeah.
Trainers are always going to be Nike.
Oh, trainers are always going to be Nike. I love that.
Yeah, they're always going to be
I
Nike.
love that. So my point is, where did you even get that style from, and why do you think that it's okay to come out in a suit when you're doing podcasts? Why do you think are you trying to trick people?
No.
What is it then?
This is my image.
It's your you man's got an
image.
image.
This is my artist image.
It's his artist image.
This is how I see myself.
Okay.
This is the future me.
Men in Black.
Now. This is the future me. I'm not even there yet, but that's me. I've got a.
Oh, you're faking it until you make it.
Law of attraction. You've got to
fake it until you make it.
This is how I should be dressed in the office.
Are you going to an office? Not doing
record labels and that.
Oh, record labels. Okay, when you're going to sign record deals and stuff. Right. So tell the listeners and the viewers what your ambition is.
Well, I'm fulfilling like a childhood dream.
Which is?
Music, being an MC.
Being an MC.
Yeah.
Why is that not original?
Because there's millions of people that want to be MC.
Exactly. So then why have you chosen to do that? Are you good?
Yeah, I'm alright.
No, if you want to be an MC, you have to be good.
Yeah, well, I think I'm alright. You're asking me, innit? You've heard my tune, innit?
Yeah, I have heard your tune, and it's really good. But you know what? I listened to your tune again today, and I could really hear the where's that place called that you come from, Buckinghamshire, in your accent when you was singing, pointing with the lads. I could hear it.
Yeah.
I said that little brute. I could hear it, you know.
Yeah.
That you were from Buckinghamshire.
I'm from High Wycombe.
He's from High Wycombe. I told them that already.
Oh.
Yeah, I told them. This is not saying about the business. You get me? It's not a secret. Basically, I played this tune about London. I said I couldn't find one about High Wycombe.
No, they ain't made it yet.
They made it. Are you gonna make it?
Yeah,
that would be good.
I don't know.
No, you have to. That would be really good, actually.
And get all the Wycombe girls dancing.
You get me? There's bare of them. Bare of them. Are there young Wycombe girls still? Are there still Wycombe girls coming up?
Yeah, of course there's.
No.
What kind of question is that?
We might not.
There's secondary schools down there, isn't it? Yeah,
I don't know.
There's unis, so yeah.
There's a uni there.
Yeah, Bucks New Uni.
Oh, okay. Is it in Wycombe?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Right. How did you get here? Why have you come all the way from High Wycombe to London? What school did you go to?
I went to a school called St. Bernard's.
In?
High Wycombe. It's a Roman Catholic school.
Oh my days. Were you unfortunate enough to buck up on a terrible, terrible Roman Catholic?
What do you mean?
That wasn't very nice to you. You know they've got a bad reputation, the teachers.
Yeah, I did actually. It was quite mad, that school was.
Go on.
I've got an allergy to cashew nuts.
Oh.
And they were doing a science experiment where they were burning a nut or something. So I had to go to another room, and then when I came in, I said, "Hi, Dr. Martin. I'm Miss Ty." I said, "Miss Ty." I said, "You what? Miss Ty sent you?" And I wasn't very confident. I didn't know how to talk these times. And he put me in this cold, like, shed. "See over there? It's cold in there. You're gonna stay in there." So that was like
just for saying the wrong thing.
Well, there was an experiment. I just told you there was an experiment.
Yeah.
So I'm allergic to cashew nuts. So
Yeah.
I had to get sent to the.
Yeah. But he put you in a room.
Because he assumed that I'd been causing trouble.
Oh, that you'd been sent because you were causing trouble because you didn't explain yourself.
No, he didn't. As soon as I said, "Hi, Dr. Martin, Miss Ty."
Oh, his name was Dr. Martin. I thought you meant something about Dr. Martin's shoes.
No, you need to listen, innit?
I did listen. But I thought you meant Dr. Martin. I thought you said, I saw Dr. Martin's, like, as if to say Dr. Martin's coming towards you.
Doctor, I said about Miss Ty.
Yes.
And as soon as I said it, he just cut me off. And so when people, I've learned in life, I've learned so many people that if they don't want to hear what you've got to say, they won't let you say what they're saying. Yeah, I've met enough people with big mouth that'll cover you and not.
You know why that is though as well? That is because you can't unhear something. That's why they don't want to hear it, because you can't unhear it.
Well, I had to stay in a cold shed, and it was awful, and I didn't have the courage or strength at that age to stick up for myself. And when I told my mum, she went to the school, and the head teacher told my mum that the teacher had done it to other people before, done the same thing, you know. So.
Old school teacher, boy.
That was something that happened in a Roman Catholic school. The experience, you know, that
wickedness.
Yeah, when they've still got it in them.
Yeah. Because I'll be honest, I went to a Roman Catholic school as well.
Yeah.
So I get it.
Yeah,
I actually understand it.
Oh.
Were you single sex?
No.
Is that primary school?
No, never. And none of the schools I was in, it was all
mixed.
All mixed, yeah, boy and girl.
Do you find that when you go, do you know people that went to single sex schools?
Yeah, some guys went to like a grammar school.
Do you think that they're a bit different to you, or do you think everybody turns out the same?
No, no, they're pretty normal. The people I know.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That's a good way of saying it.
They weren't strange at all. They were. I'm thinking of all the boys at the grammar school, and because there was a female grammar school opposite the.
Okay, so they didn't mix then.
They didn't mix, but I think before and after school.
Yeah, something was going in.
Yeah.
Something was going in. So who were you brought up with?
My granny and my mum and my dad.
Your granny, your mum and your dad. So you had a lot of upbringing.
Yeah, because my gran lived in London and my family are from. Mum and dad are from High Wycombe.
Okay, so whose mum was it that lived in High Wycombe? Your mum or your dad's?
My mum's.
Your mum's. Okay, so did you get to come to London a lot?
My mum's mum lived in London.
Yeah, did you get to come to London a lot?
Yeah, I was here from till at least 5.
Okay, so you see, because of that now, do you class yourself as both from High Wycombe and London? Or
well, I can if I want to, but I'm really High Wycombe, aren't I?
Okay, I don't know.
I am a bit of both, because I even came back to London when I got older a couple of times and lived with Granny and went back. And that's like, when I was in High Wycombe, I couldn't reach my potential, because it's like everything I want to do is here in London. All the people that want to do the work are in London. When I try and get music going in Wycombe, it just doesn't happen. It doesn't happen.
So you live in London now?
Yeah.
Do you prefer it?
Yeah.
It's bloody expensive though, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
It's much more expensive than living in Wycombe.
I just spent, you see, like 2 cheeseburgers, that was like £7.
Wow, what, from Macbeth?
Yeah, Macbeth, and then I bought those 2 drinks, and I'm thinking, how's this a tenner? A tenner gone, just gone.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, £10 nothing now.
Nah.
£10 nothing.
£10 are the new 5s.
Exactly. Where are your parents from then? Are you parents Caribbean?
Yeah, St. Vincent.
Yeah, do you know what though? Why did I ask that dumb question? Everybody from High Wycombe is from St.
Yeah. Well, everyone.
Literally, if you're black, you're from St. Vincent, or you're white, or you're Asian.
And when you go to St. Vincent, people there mention High Wycombe.
Of course they do, because it's little St. Vincent.
But to us, this is little High Wycombe. But when you're out there,
it's big,
it's
tough.
a big place.
Yeah, because bare people come from there. That's why. I don't know why I asked that silly question. Seriously. So, have you been to St. Vincent?
Yeah, once.
How old were you?
I was 11.
Oh.
I was 11.
Did you go in the 6 weeks holiday?
No. I went in Is it Whitsun? Is it called Whitsun in May?
What, in May? Was that the last holiday in May? Yeah, that's the Whitsun bank holiday.
Yeah, we went then.
What, you went for a week?
2 weeks.
Oh, okay, so you had to take an extra week off school?
No, I had time off school because it was my grand's funeral.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. So you were 11 and now you're a big man. So do you still miss your grandma?
I do, but I didn't really get I was around her, but I was a child when she died. So I was 11, and I think that when you're a child and when someone dies, it's not this. Say if you lose somebody when you're really young, I don't know if it can affect you. You know, like say if you lose someone at 5 or 10, or I don't think I got the chance to live the life I needed with my gran. I do think about her, the one that died, and well, they both died. But
was you closer with that one that died first?
No, I was close with my other granny, but my dad's mum, I just died young. But I remember the way I cried at her funeral. I couldn't stop, she died at such a young age. So my other gran died in 2021.
Grandma age.
That's the other day. The other one died at 99. Do you know what I mean?
Think about yeah.
The journey that I had with my other gran was a lot deeper than my dad's mum. She was still good and looked after me and spoke to me, but I was so young and it was so long ago. You know, the amount of feelings that I've gone through, I can't really remember the pain. I remember the way I felt at the funeral. It was awful. But
after that or before that,
it's like even when it's like being a child. Yeah, you know, like a child, and say if they get into an incident where they may be disabled, but it happened when they were a child, it wouldn't be as bad in their future as if it happened later on in their life. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
I hope that I know what you're trying to say, but how do we know stuff like that?
I don't know, but I'm trying to. Well, it's common sense, really, isn't it?
No, not really, because.
So what you're saying, someone's gonna be not used. Say somebody hurt themselves when they're 20.
Yeah.
They're gonna be a lot more angry because they spent a lot more time walking in their life. But if they were young and they were born, it happened when they were younger, they might be more used to it and they can get on with their life and be more motivated rather than, hey, I'm 25, I've got to be in a wheelchair for the rest of my life.
Yeah, but at least before that 25 years, you'd know what it was like not to be in a wheelchair.
Well, maybe I'm wrong then, isn't it?
No, I don't know.
I
think it's a 50-50.
I don't know. I think I was sure before, but now you've challenged me, so I think
it's a 50-50. I think it depends on the person because, all right then, I'll take myself for instance. If something was to happen to me tomorrow, I would be so grateful for all the years that nothing happened to me.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Rather than being in a wheelchair when I was 5, watching all my friends play, that would piss me off. I would probably grow up to be one horrible adult, very bitter and twisted, because I would feel. No, this is just me. I would feel that it's been unfair my whole life.
There's another side to it as well. Yeah.
But there's always another side to everything. Do you not see that? Do you not look at things like that?
I don't know, because I feel like with what you've just said there, I might, if I'm a guy and I'm looking at something from one way, how am I meant to see the other side of it if I, you know what I mean? You've just told me the other side, innit?
Yeah, but do you not open your mind when you think about lots of stuff, or are you a person that's one-dimensional? Because everybody's different. And it doesn't matter. There's obviously no wrong or right answer. Do you know what I mean? We're just trying to reason.
Sure. That's a hard question to answer because that might not apply to.
Well, some people will say they're one-dimensional.
We could talk about this bag of Haribo.
Yeah, but some people could say this is their favourites. This is the only Super Mix is the only Haribos they eat. which means for me,
Is that one dimension?
yeah, because that's their thing, innit? That's what they do. They know what they want, and they with it. Whereas somebody like me, I'd be like, yeah, I like these, but I like other ones as well because that's what I'm like. So what are you like? Are these your favourite?
I don't know. I hate them. I hate them, man.
You hate them?
No, I don't hate them, but they've changed them a bit since what they were really like. You know, they were. How can you say no? I don't think I'm one-dimensional. I'm open.
You're open-minded.
Yeah,
Good. Well, that's a good.
definitely.
That's a good thing for you, and for anybody else that's open-minded. That's a good thing. And also, it's good if you're one-dimensional, if that works for you as well. Because some people know exactly what they want, when they want it, how they want it, all the time.
No, I'm not. I don't think I'm on that level yet.
Oh, okay, cool.
Nah.
Well, no. Do you want to be on that level?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah, I don't, because I don't know. I know what I want in life, but part of me doesn't know.
Okay.
So.
Are you indecisive because of that?
I'd say that society and the survival element in my life has made me have that kind of choice, I guess.
Choice of what? Take me back.
Being, did you say
Indecisive.
Yeah.
So you've got the choice to be indecisive, you're saying?
No.
You don't have the choice to be indecisive.
No.
Okay. So there's things that you have to do. Oh, I get it. Why is it taking me so long to get this information out of you?
I'm a bit slow today, man.
Okay. Do you know what? Let's be honest.
I've got a splitting headache and I feel like slow today, man.
Okay. Do you know what? Let's be honest.
I've got a splitting headache.
Let's be honest. He's not been well.
Yeah.
It's taken weeks to be here like this together. But my point is that you're here now.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful for you to be here. You might as well get lively. Do you know what I mean? You said you wanted to do all this stuff before you came so you could be lively.
I need to have another drink.
Okay.
I'm not allowed to say that, man.
I'm getting involved in that. What tune do you want on? Let's see about tune, and then maybe we can go and have a 5-minute break. Yeah, because it's not fair if you're not well. What tunes do you like? What tune do you want to hear?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, what colour?
Oh, should we play Pint with the Lads?
Oh, yeah, let's give it some promo. Thanks, guys. This is my big song last summer. It took a long time to get this song out. It took like 10 years. We had record labels involved. We had everyone trying to manage it. But then we put it out independently. And now I'm wearing the suit next to FIIG'S.
I look proper cash, bruv.
But you've got the branding.
Yeah, I have got the branding.
I look like a lawyer.
You do, yeah. You look like you're my lawyer, because everybody on this show knows that watches this show. I probably need a lawyer at some point. And also, big up Pink Chili Printing for all your printed needs. This is all the merch from them. You can say what you want, they design it, and it's nice and quick. It's affordable. Big up our Forgotten Neighbours as well, because we never want to forget about our homeless people, guys. Okay, so let's go with this.
Oi, Gary, where are ya? I'm down the local. Jack's already here. I see that bird from last week with the rest of the lads. It's about to kick off down here, mate. And all I'm saying is, you don't want to miss out. Pint with the lads, go to the pub, have a pint with the lads. Go to the bar, pint with the lads. You can go outside if you want to smoke fags. Lads, have a pint with the lads. Go to the pub, have a pint with the lads. Go to the bar, pint with the lads. You can go outside if you want to smoke fags. At the bar, round full of beers. Raise your glasses, cheers. Every night there's a new celebration. So forget all your fears. I've been doing it in London and Leeds. Southampton knows what I need. Don't worry if you got no P, cause the round is on me. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down it, down it, down it, down it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down it, down it, down it, down it. At the bar, have a pint with the lads. I'm that geezer, not drinking brandy and coke or Bacardi Breezer. I don't want no wine, I don't like that either. Don't buy me a shot from the bar, cause I don't drink tequila. Pint with the lads, go to the pub, have a pint with the lads. Go to the bar, pint with the lads. You can go outside if you wanna smoke fags. Lads, have a pint with the lads. Go to the pub, have a pint with the lads. Go to the bar, pint with the lads. You can go outside if you wanna smoke fags. 1, 2 birds, 1, 2 links. Round of applause when the glasses clink. I'm with the lads trying to get free drinks. Tell the barmaid, don't you look pretty in pink? Me and the firm, step real heavy. Tell the landlord, put the footy on telly. I'm Perry. And I love a bit of skirt with a 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down it, down it, down it, down it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down it, down it, down it, down it. At the bar, have a pint with the lads. I'm that geezer, not drinking brandy and coke or Bacardi Breezer. I don't want no wine. I don't like that either. Don't buy me a shot from the bar, cause I don't drink tequila. Pint with the lads. Go to the pub, have a pint with the lads. Go to the bar, pint with the lads. You can go outside if you wanna smoke fags. Lads, have a pint with the lads. Go to the pub, have a pint with the lads. Go to the bar, pint with the lads. You can go outside if you wanna smoke fags. My name's Fox, brown like coffee. My name's Fox, brown like toffee. My name's Fox, brown like Bobby. I like the top of the beer, frothy. I've been doing it big overseas. I beefer knows what I need. Don't worry if you got no pee, cause the night is on me. It's on me. Come on. Let's do this. Okay. I don't drink tequila. Pint with the lads. Go to the pub, have a pint with the lads. Go to the bar, pint with the lads. You can go outside if you wanna smoke fags. Lads, have a pint with the lads. Go to the pub, have a pint with the lads. Go to the bar, pint with the lads. You can go outside if you wanna smoke fags. Pint with the, pint with the, pint with the lads. Pint with the, pint with the, pint with the lads. Pint with the, pint with the, pint with the lads. Pint with the, pint with the, pint with the lads.
Okay, so you get the message, yeah? Pint with the lads. Apparently, this man will make a tune about anything. So I don't know what he's coming up next. He mentioned another tune that he had before this tune. What was it? You mentioned another tune that you had before this one. You mentioned the name of it. You said there was two things that you're known for. Pint with the lads.
Exterminate. Aye, exterminate.
Okay, well let's see.
Oh, that's not on that. That's not even online.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not even online.
It's like a viral clip that got 1 million views on me in the street in a suit. I'd just come out of a job interview. In fact, that was the first time I'd ever rapped in a suit.
Oh, you're joking. Okay, so first time you ever rapped in a suit. When did you rap in a tracksuit?
In 2022, I come out of a job interview.
Right.
And these guys were filming a video, and I heard them talking about it. So I told them I did music, and they said, "Do I want to take part?" And I did it, and it got 1 million views in a week, and I felt like proper. That's the most I've ever done in music.
Oh, okay. And that was just one. Was it one line that just said "exterminate," or was it a whole rap?
Exterminate.
Go on, do it.
I exterminate, die, exterminate, brave okay, exterminate, body bag to the grave, exterminate, mate. If you ain't got faith, best pray. I exterminate. It was like that.
Okay, well, yeah, God.
And I was in the city. The guys weren't expecting it. I don't think they expected it.
Yeah. Nice one. So this is what I'm saying about the suit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It paints a completely different picture, doesn't it, when you wear a suit?
Yeah, that day I found my mainstream image.
Okay, cool, brilliant. Yeah. And also, did you get the job?
Yeah, I did actually, yeah.
What job was it?
It was a sous chef job at the Ivy.
Oh, can you cook?
Yeah.
Oh, well, women love men that can cook. Eligible bachelor that can cook. But you're not looking for romance, are you? No, not romance. You're not looking for a permanent relationship.
Well, the way I see it is, if the right woman comes along, and she has an undeniable heart, soul, personality, makes me laugh. Who am I to say no?
Oh, yeah, I like that. See, ladies, see? Right, okay. Also, I want to talk about, you're from St. Vincent, you've been there once. What was school life like? What was it actually like? I'm talking about from primary right through to secondary.
So my first school and primary school was very different to my secondary school.
Right, I really need you to talk into the microphone.
Let me get closer.
And, you're used to all these posh podcasts with sofas. Yeah?
Oh, that's all right.
But,
they can't even tell. They can't even tell. Look at us. We've got the background.
Right. Okay. Exactly. Go for it.
Yes. So
right.
So for me, first school and primary school was very different to secondary school because the first school and the secondary school was predominantly like white children.
Okay.
You know, me and my twin sister, we were like the only black kids in the school. There was a couple others, like 2 others, but I think in total there was 5 black people in the whole school.
Wow.
So that's, you know what I mean? We stood in the assembly. We stood out in the assembly.
Yeah. Spot the black.
Yeah, yeah. In fact, I remember a tune. Do you remember a tune called "The Ink is Black, the Page is White"?
Yeah, yeah. Together we learn
to read and write.
To read and write. Yeah.
But on the second,
They made a reggae tune.
yeah,
By
but
the
listen,
way.
no, but listen, this is reggae tune.
A reggae version.
They make a version of everything of everything.
Yeah, reggae. Don't play with them Jamaicans,
I
you
know.
know.
I remember when so on the second verse it goes, "The child is black, the child is white."
yeah.
Listen, on that bit, yeah, everyone used to turn around and look at me and my sister.
Oh my god.
And I felt violated, you know. I felt like, why are you looking at me for? Like, you know what I mean? It's the song. So I hated that song growing up. The ink is black, the page is white.
Put the page is black. That's why wouldn't it be?
What, you looking for it?
Yeah, of course I am. Yeah, go on, carry on. I'm gonna look for the reggae.
So, yeah,
School life at primary school.
Yeah, I
different.
Yeah, different. It was very different. I feel like I experienced things. I experienced things that I wouldn't have experienced going to an all-black school. So I went camping. With my white friends. Do you know what I mean? That's not something I would have done in black culture.
No,
you know what I mean?
definitely
And
not,
I thought
'cause I've never been camping.
Yeah. But camping, I enjoyed it. You know, going for these long walks and then setting up somewhere and then having the English fried breakfast in the morning. I love
That's
those.
the country in you, bruv.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
Buckinghamshire.
That's the Buckinghamshire.
I'm telling you, bruv. Cause in London people not like camping, brethren.
Yeah,
you only like come camping if you come outside of
And
M25.
you could hear all the foxes screaming and howling and that.
Your family, yeah?
Yeah. I wasn't even fox then, but
Wasn't
yeah,
you?
Yeah, I wasn't even fox.
Yeah, but look how you picked up on that.
That's what I mean. If I wasn't from Buckinghamshire, I probably wouldn't be fox. Would I?
So camping, so your parents would have had to pay for them school trips.
No, these were like scouts.
Oh, you was in the scouts.
Yeah,
Oh, it's all coming out now.
Yeah, beavers, cubs, and scouts.
Beavers, cubs, and scouts. So
Yeah.
beavers is the first thing. You went through the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they would have had to pay for that. That wasn't free.
Yeah. They pay.
That
You
wasn't
pay
free.
the
And
sub.
you do have to pay
You pay
to
the
go on
subs.
them trips as well, extra.
Yeah.
Even if it's a tenner.
Yeah,
a chunk
yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever
yeah,
it is.
yeah.
And they have to pack up, make sure you got all the right equipment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For me, I'm too lazy to send my children to go anywhere because I can't bother to buy all the stuff and pay for this thing. So you ain't gonna know where to stay home.
We just had to bring our own sleeping bag, and they kind of provided.
Yeah,
the
but you have to
tents.
bring special clothes. You can't just bring your ordinary garms. You have to bring. They tell you.
I remember you have to bring loads of t-shirts, loads of layers, loads of layers. Keep yourself warm, loads of
exactly.
just t-shirts and that, and
Oh,
you have
look.
your boots.
Look at this.
Nah, you gotta.
I did. I found
Memory
it.
look. I
See
remember.
if it's the one. It's not this tune.
The ink is black, the paper is white. Together we learn to read it.
You know what? I just thought about that. I looked at you and I thought, why am I giving you this trauma?
I know.
You
I
told
know.
everybody that you hate the song.
Yeah.
Look at me
yeah,
go and
yeah,
look for it to play it. Okay, well, that's the song. And I remember it, proper racist.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it was racist,
that-
and I remember that song.
Yeah, that bit there was just like, it was like, when you think about it, like I didn't even know that was. I didn't know what racism was then, but
You
I
felt
felt
something.
it. I felt
Yeah,
it.
you felt
Yeah,
something.
that was an experience of it. And
Yeah.
Did those kids even know they were offending me or hurting me? Probably not. But they looked at me. Either way, they knew I was black and they recognized that part of the song and they looked at me, and that was enough to make me and my sister feel.
Away.
Yeah, we talked about it when we was at home because we were tight. You know what I mean? We're twins. So
Yeah.
Yeah, but we experienced that. At least we experienced it together.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. How many other siblings do you guys have?
I've got a younger brother, and I've got an older sister and an older brother.
So there's 5 of you
Yeah, but the older brother and sister are from a different relationship.
with
my
your
dad-
mum or your
my
dad? With your dad,
So
yeah.
like that,
These guys, man, they're on it, innit? Nah, seriously, have you got
I've-
children?
Nah, no children.
Is that by choice?
My choice? Well, the thing is, that's a very deep question because a lot of people get into have children when they were young, and is that their choice? If a woman says, "I'm going to keep your kid,"
No, but I'm asking you, is it your choice not to have children? Or if you had children, I've asked you if it was your choice as well.
Well, I haven't really had the opportunity. I don't think.
You've never had unprotected sex?
Well, I had someone.
Are you serious?
There was 2 girls pregnant last year, but they both had miscarriages.
Okay, so would you have wanted those babies?
I was thinking about this like yesterday because I really liked the girl, really loved the girl that was pregnant.
Which one of them? Yeah, which one of them you love?
I'm just gonna call one.
You don't have to call
I'm
the
gonna
name.
call one A and one B.
Yeah, yeah. Which did you love? A. Well, obviously you loved A, innit?
Yeah. Yeah, but
Standard.
But the thing is, she was a nutter as well.
Yeah, but I think that would suit you.
No, she was a nutter though. I compared us to like I was like the Joker and she was like Harley Quinn.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
It was really that kind of thing. The way our dark humor was, the way we'd laugh about things, have crazy ideas, and the way we'd get drunk together and all that. But I think if we had a kid, it would have went awfully wrong.
Oh, do you think so?
Yeah.
You don't think you was ready at that stage, whenever that was?
Well, the thing is, she had kids.
Oh, she already had kids.
But they're in social services.
I was just about to say, was
That's
they in
what-
social
that's
services?
what I'm saying, they're
I'm
in-
just about to be my next question, and it was going to be an actual joke. Listen to this guy actually being serious, you know. I want them back.
The kids are in social services. And
Oh yeah, well, you
And
know
you know what
what?
I mean?
Things happen for a reason, mate.
Yeah,
You
so-
might have had a lucky escape there.
yeah, I wouldn't have. And I feel like
Because you would have had to look after that child. Otherwise, it would have gone back to social services. They wouldn't have let her keep it just because of anything else. They would have properly assessed you guys.
yeah.
You'd
Well,
have been
well,
under
the
assessment.
thing is, I know what would have happened. We would have had the kid, but they would have been onto you from
Yeah,
day
that's
one.
what I'm trying to
Onto
say.
you, they would
A
have
bare assessment.
because of the previous.
Yeah, absolutely. Flaming lootly. And so they should.
So don't get me wrong. Like, I miss that girl so much.
Oh my
I
days!
do.
So this is crazy. Right, so
I
girls,
do.
ladies, remember I said that he's an eligible bachelor. He's available. No.
No, it's done. I can never go back there. It's never.
Yeah,
done.
but you miss her.
Oh yeah, but it's done. She's got new man and all that.
Yeah, but you still miss her.
Yeah, but it's something.
So how are you supposed to move on if you still miss her?
You can't go back. You can't.
Okay, how are you supposed to move on if you still miss her? I know you can't go back, so
Well,
that means that you're
This is the thing.
stagnant
This
then.
is the thing about life. Yeah.
Right.
There's a very thin line between love and harassment. Very, very, very.
I love that. I was not expecting you to say that, you know. Easy enough. I love them taught there. Put it in the middle.
Well, tap the screen, guys.
Yeah, tap the flaming screen, guys.
Yeah. So there's a very thin line between love, harassment, and drawing a girl.
Right.
So when you're chatting up a girl, like I don't know, in a club, or even if you get someone's number or whatever, there's a way where you've got to be forward.
Yeah,
You've
of
got to be
course.
forward.
Yeah,
You've got to be forward to
because something's got to happen.
You've got to be forward to a certain level.
Agreed.
But if you're too friendly, you might end up in the friend zone. So you know
Yes.
what I'm saying? There's little I'm showing you all the little boundaries.
I know. Listen,
Yeah.
I talked about this today. Carry on.
So you've got to be a bit forward. And the thing is, that girl don't want to be with me. Do you know what I mean?
She actually just. So it's her choice.
Yeah, she ended it with me.
Yeah.
you
Okay.
know?
So doesn't that make you a bit damaged for your next relationship because of that reason?
Well, I thought about this today. I said to my
You're
friend.
thinking about a lot of things.
Yeah, I said to my friend, I'm gonna need to, because I was with a really toxic girl afterwards. That I feel like.
Well, after that one.
Yeah, really like.
What is it with you and these toxic
Well, that's what
people?
my
Well,
friend.
we're gonna get into it because you're gonna go back to primary school and secondary school, and we're gonna find out.
Yeah. So my friend said that I need to. Like, I said, where do I find these girls from? You know, because I don't want to be with someone that's giving me stress, pressure, or hassle. You know what I mean? I just want to be in the yard and us chill, have a good time, and get on. You know, like
Everybody else.
yeah.
Well,
yeah.
that would be the idea.
The ideal version,
Yeah.
yeah. But what was that? Oh yeah. So if I'm trying, I've messaged the girl a few times. I have messaged her a few times.
Okay.
And
Weird.
why?
Because she don't want to know. She don't want to know.
Oh yeah, but you have to put a quick thing. You cool babes in the DMs. You know what I mean? A quick.
Oh my
what's that? That's
Are
normal,
you
isn't it?
ladies listening?
Yeah,
Yeah, carry on.
I put a quick you cool babes in the messages and all of that. She's ignoring it. But if I go round to her door and knock her front door, that's harassment, right?
Have you done that?
No.
Oh,
No, but if I do, so that's what I'm saying. I can't.
Yeah, but as she's blanked you, yes,
Yeah,
it is.
yeah. So I can't. You can't check.
Right, hold on a minute. You can't go back, but what if she came to you? Would you still accept her?
Well,
if she came and knocked on your door tomorrow, would you accept
Well,
her?
this. Yeah.
You would.
Yeah, but it's not the right thing to do.
Okay,
it's not the
hold on,
right thing
he's
to
not
do.
available.
It's not the right thing
Yeah,
to
but
do.
you're
though.
still not available
Okay.
because your mind is not available.
Okay.
Your mind is
So
occupied.
I know it's like.
Have you had closure on this relationship in your mind?
Nah.
Right. Okay. That's it. So he's not available. When you haven't had the closure in your mind, you're not available. You need the closure. Do you get me? That needs to happen, and it needs to hit hard so that you can go down and recover to get back up and then have another relationship.
I know that I can't ever be with this girl and we have no future. But what you're saying is still 100% correct. Good. Because she's out there living her life.
Yeah.
She don't even know I'm here on the radio talking about it. Do you know what I mean? Nah.
Secretly.
She's got this life. The way she lives her life. She just
look at him when he talks about his whole face lights up.
I know the way she lives her life.
You think you know the way
she's
lives her life.
She's smoking green. She's smoking green right now and playing drum and bass.
Okay, fair enough. So let's go back to secondary school. So what was different about secondary school to primary school?
Secondary school was predominantly there was so many black people in the school.
What was it? A local school to you where you lived?
Yeah, St. Bernard's. There was loads. So
right, hold on. So St. Bernard's was your primary school and your secondary school the same name?
My first school was called the Heights.
The Heights. That was a lot of white people.
Then Downey Middle School was the primary school.
Yeah.
And then St. Bernard's was the secondary school.
St. Bernard's was the St. Bernard's was the secondary school.
Yeah.
Okay, carry on.
Yeah, it was really different at that school. Everything. There were so many black kids, and even the 5 black kids that were in the schools I were at, they weren't like the ones that were in this school, you know. And I saw a lot of violence when I went to St. Bernard's. You know, a lot of fight. Like that's where I first got my first punch. That's where I had my first fight. You know.
Did you get a first punch? I'm just gonna off the top of my head for being cocky.
Nah. Well, somebody thought I was being cocky.
You probably was.
Nah.
Really?
Nah. Somebody said I'd said something about someone's mum.
Oh.
But I was so naive and young. I didn't know that you could say something about someone's mum.
And it was an insult.
I didn't know that even existed.
Yeah.
So I got punched up, man.
Oh no!
Yeah, it was awful.
Who punched you up?
Just some guy.
Oh, one guy. Oh, so that is horrible.
It was awful. I didn't know.
Did you get him back?
A few months later when I had.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got him back.
A few months later because I had to learn because I learned that I had to learn and I spoke to other guys that when you get punched in the face that you can do it back. I didn't know. I had to get a few of those to realize that you had to give them back.
Okay.
That's how like young and naive I was at one stage of my life. I didn't know what it was like to get punched in the face until it happened. And then when it happened, I went down the first time, but the next time I got the guy bad.
Did you?
Yeah, on the bus at school. Yeah.
Are you a revenge person? What star sign are you?
Aries.
I don't know much about Aries guys except for my uncle. Are you a revenge person?
When I was younger, I was.
Are you still like that now?
I don't think so.
Bad mind, grudgeful, and envious.
I don't think I'm like that anymore. But when I was younger,
you were. Yeah,
it's definitely a part of me.
Isn't it?
Definitely.
Isn't it? So, are you one of them kind of people at the time when you said at this stage when you learnt something, you learnt to be punched down and know that you can do it back? At that point,
listen, it was crazy. You know the experience of being punched in the face for the first time.
I do actually.
Yeah, and it hurting you when you losing, and then that same person coming back a few months later and doing it again, and this time you're throwing them back, and then you're like punching them
and you're connecting.
Yeah, and they're going to the floor, and you don't know what you're doing, but you just keep going.
Yeah.
Just keep
like
going.
It's natural.
Yeah, and to the point where the person's thinking, all right, cool. The guy's saying that to me now. And he's got a bus lip and a bus high.
Good.
You know.
Did you feel good about that at the time?
Yeah, I felt.
How old were you?
I was 11. I felt really good.
So you were in first year.
Year 7, yeah.
Yeah.
I felt really good. It felt so good.
You can tell we're in the part. I say first year, you say year 7.
Yeah, this person had bullied me for a long time, and I didn't know it was bullying at the time.
I love that for you. Do you know that? Because I think those things maketh man. Do you agree?
Yeah, because there's some parts of my life I'm kind of proud of myself. I have a little insecurity in me because see how I said kinda.
Yeah.
That's the little insecurity. I'm trying to abolish it,
I hear you.
but it's there. It's there. I've said it. Yeah.
And at least you're honest about it.
Yeah.
Once you're honest about something, for me, you can always do something about it.
Because we'll look.
You've acknowledged it.
We'll look back at this interview and I'll be able to analyze myself like I was a different person.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, hopefully you will be a different person if you watch this next year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but that's progression if you can see that difference.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's how you can almost measure it.
Yeah, what was I saying?
You were saying that I was asking you, did it make you feel good?
Oh yeah, so
Did punching that guy down and getting your revenge on somebody that used to bully you?
yeah, so because that person used to laugh at my clothes and things that I didn't understand. Because this person used to have all like Nike clothes. I think that might. I think that could be one of the reasons. Like my trainer collection is huge now.
Yeah.
As a man, it's huge, and I really like.
Nobody will be able to tell you anything again.
And I think that's because of them years there. You know, where people were these people because they made. My clothes are from places like like CNA and all that.
So were mine.
But CNA's clothes were alright.
Yeah, they were alright.
They're alright, but the thing is, this person used to make me feel small, and his Nikes did look cool and all that. But
your parents clearly couldn't afford them.
Yeah, definitely not because we're twins.
Yeah.
Me and my sister, and it was a different time. Well, even though things were cheaper then, life was it's always been a struggle for everyone.
Absolutely.
That's the thing.
Were you brought up on an estate or were you brought up on a house on the road?
There was loads of houses around us.
Were you brought up on an estate or a house on the road?
It was an estate. It was an
you
estate.
You was brought up on an estate.
Yeah.
So that means then that anybody that's brought up on an estate is already marginalised. So if you had anything that was designer, it was usually because your parents was into something illegal.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But then,
it weren't because they went to work hard and put down money to go buy Unite trainers. Do you get me?
Yeah.
And if they worked really, really hard to buy you those kind of things, it probably meant that you were a sport brat and you would come to school and bully people about their stuff.
Oh yeah, no.
Because of that kind of environment that they were brought up.
No. I'll tell you a funny one.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one time when I did get to floss.
Yeah.
My mum worked at Marks and Spencer's.
Oh yeah.
They used to do this thing called Waste, where they'd sell all of the sandwiches and things for like 20p and all that.
Oh yeah. So they still do it.
Yeah. So there's like when it was going out the day before or a couple of days.
Yeah.
Listen, I'd come to school with my prawn mayo and all my. And I'd eat it slow, and you know what I mean? You know when you're pulling out the sandwich out of the thing instead of a bag and all that?
Yeah. And them times there, I'm not being funny, but M&S was proper then. Yeah. It was the proper thing then. Whereas with now, M&S ain't really, you know what I mean? You might as well just compare it to all the other famous shops, really, when it comes down to production. Oh, so boom, your mum worked at Marks Spencer. So your mum was a parent that had the 25% discount. A 20% discount, yes, she did.
Possibly, yeah. Listen, discount, discount,
and you always ate good then. That meant,
the food. Marks and Spencer was quite good. You know,
it was brilliant. You know, it still is quite good today.
It's mad because in our culture, we think that we're the only ones that season food. Yeah, don't get me wrong, we are, but I've seen it in other cultures.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
Indian,
and especially
Turkish.
Just because they do it in a different way.
Yeah.
Maybe at a different time as well.
Yeah. At one point, I thought black people were the only people that season their food. At one point.
That was because maybe you only dealt with black and white people.
Yeah, but it's everywhere. Listen, it's just everywhere. Brazilian, Arab food. Listen,
the only people that don't really do it is English people.
Yeah.
And they do it now because they always copy other cultures.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah, I think with what was I saying? With their food?
Caribbean food.
No, I lost it.
Seasoned food. You thought that Caribbean people were the only people that season food in the
Yeah, but with Marks and Spencer's.
Yeah, there you go.
But with Marks and Spencer's, there's still something about their food.
Yeah,
like
it's got everything in it though. That's why, because they actually take time to actually make it. And everything they say they put in it, they usually have. And it's usually something of good quality. The ingredients is usually good quality, even of the ready meals. Do you know what I mean? It will be the prawns that they sell.
Even
their
their
blah blah blah.
even their sea salt crisps.
Yeah,
it's the quality. I don't know. I just don't know what it is.
Honestly. So are you now shopping at Marks and Spencer's a lot?
Oh, not really, not really.
Oh.
No. In
You made it sound.
I think
like
it was great in lockdown. In
Why?
lockdown, it was great because they were giving out food parcels.
Were they?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah. Yeah.
What's out on these things here?
Depends where you were living and how you
How
was
little
living.
is it?
Oh, I was in lockdown. I was in like emergency accommodation.
Oh, okay, fair enough. So you would have got some good stuff.
Yeah, there was
Absolutely.
there was that.
So, being in a household where with Marks and Spencer's food, because your mum worked there, did that consider you? Did you think in your mind as a kid that you, like you said, flossing?
Well, I felt like that was the equivalent of having a chain or some jewels on your neck.
Have you got your ears pierced?
Yeah, I do. I have, but
Why you got your earrings on, bruv?
I haven't put them in for years.
Good.
Years, like over 10 years. I don't know when I last put my.
Nothing.
I don't know when I put. Oh yeah, I don't. I haven't worn it for so long. I don't know if I'd ever put it in.
Have your ears closed up?
No, I can still feel the hole in it.
Oh, can you?
Yeah, I can still.
But it's oh dear. So what possessed you to do that, and what age were you?
16 when I left school.
When you left school. So did you leave school after your exams?
Yeah. No, we had study leave. So we finished and had study leave. So we finished and had study leave. So you had your last day at school, but then you've got study leave.
Right.
You could just come in for your exams and that's it.
Okay.
So that was it. But we finished. School was What was you saying?
What did you? I'm not going to ask you. Did you do well at school?
Yeah, I did alright. So I failed.
I don't mean academically. I just mean generally. Did you survive school as a person? Did school enhance your personality, or did school take away from you?
Well, I didn't go into. I came out of school. I didn't go into school the same person as who I left.
Right.
So I came in as someone, and I left a different person, and I knew how to defend myself by the time I'd left school.
Okay.
In my first years, I had to learn how to defend myself. So I think this is something maybe a lot of people have to go through. I don't know about girls, but I know a lot of guys might have to go through this. Not everyone, because there might be places where you don't need to survive. But in my school, there was war going on.
Right.
And I realised even at school I had no one that I could really turn to. Even if it's your parents, you can't turn to your parents or your brother or like you just got to survive. You got to just go out there and deal with it. You could tell, oh mum, this guy's bullying me, this guy's doing that. What are they gonna do?
Yeah, exactly.
They're not gonna do
with
nothing.
you the 6 hours.
They're not
while
there
you're
in
at
it.
school.
You've just got to deal with it. And
Yeah.
I feel like going to school and going through these things, it definitely helps with someone's growth. Don't get me wrong, it can be traumatic. It can definitely be, because there were some traumatic experiences I went through, but it prepared me for the real world, I'd say.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
because I think that life is trauma, man. The things that we even see that happen even across the other side of the world is traumatic if you really, really check it. Sometimes I'd be sitting down, and I think to myself, right in this moment, I'm here sitting down, doing whatever I'm doing, looking at my phone, watching the TV, having something to eat, talking to the children, whatever it is, and across there's people dying. In front, like somebody will be there, alive, just like me, somewhere else, watching somebody else die right in that moment that I'm sitting there. I think about that. I think about things like that. I think about
do you
things
care?
like that a
Do you
lot.
care about these things?
Yeah, but I think to myself, right, so I think I care because it's crossed my mind, but do I care enough to do anything about it? No.
Well, what can you do?
Yeah.
If
but
you could.
Well,
do you know what I mean? What can you do?
well, maybe I could donate some money.
No. Let's,
I'm just
listen,
saying.
if we could change it, we would, innit?
Yeah,
if
yeah,
we
it's
could,
true.
we would. If I could be Iron Man and fly over there and just blast everyone up,
Yeah.
all these people doing the war, I'd do it, you know. If I was Superman and I could
puff out your chest.
do whatever, I would, but it's so sad because
Yeah, and it is sad, but that's what makes me switch off from it, because I know I can't do anything about it, and that's what makes it so sad. Because I think that is so sad that I'm sitting here watching TV, and over the waters just somewhere, there might be somebody trying to get on a boat to leave their yard. Do you know what I mean? To come over here, people are dying. Like, do you know what I mean? Women are in labour, dying, and all sorts of things are going on while I'm just sitting here Even now, doing the show with you, we're just sitting here talking about all this kind of stuff. There's so much happening out there that can be so traumatic.
But I feel like I feel like there is some sort of answer to all of this.
Yeah, you die.
No, it's not that yet. I just feel like the world that we're in, this has to be some sort of it has to be some sort of test. Even if I'm saying it from a vague perspective where I don't fully understand what's going on, there's just too much going on.
Yeah, exactly.
There's too much going on. There's too much going on, and it's like now because the internet's so active now, we got TikTok. See, look, my thing's cut out again. you see, we got TikTok and all these things going. The things I'm seeing when I'm scrolling nowadays. Like, is this really?
But don't you find it bizarre that you are scrolling? That you find even that bizarre?
Well, it's a shame because I remember there was a part of my life where I didn't waste time doing these things. Sitting in the morning doing this, I'd get up. You know, sometimes I waste 4 hours in bed scrolling. Just scrolling.
Sometimes it won't take. I know now it takes me half an hour to 40 minutes to get out of bed because I have to look at my phone first. Yeah. I have to look at everything, my emails. I have to look at my messages. I have to look at my text messages. I have to reply to people. That is before I've even got out of bed. Do you know what I mean? I think for me that's quite sad. I used to have a 2G phone.
It's like we're addicted to it.
No, because it is addictive. It's not like we're addicted to it. It is addictive, and we're no different to anybody else. Do you know what I mean? Because once you've got the phone, that's what it's for. So, what's been the most traumatic part of your childhood?
Well, you know what it is.
I don't actually. I don't because we've not discussed that question. We've discussed a lot of things, but not that question.
The signal's not on. It's because we're in it.
Yeah, and also you needed to go upstairs and sort the internet out before we started. I should have told you.
Oh, is it? But is this connect? This is connected.
Everything is all connected.
This is cool.
Yeah.
Well,
what's the most traumatic part of your childhood?
It was my relationship with my mum. That's what it was. It was going through abuse. I didn't know at the time that it was abuse because it was just normal. I was a child, and when I got older, I moved in with my gran for some time, and I stopped smoking weed, and then I realised it all came back to me. It all came back to me, and I'd forgotten about these things, and I didn't. It wasn't the reason why I smoked weed because I smoked weed socially with my friends, and we enjoyed it. And I really enjoyed listening to music, doing it, and writing lyrics. But I'd done so much of it that I'd forgotten about my childhood, you know. And so it came back to me. A lot of memories of being abused by my mother, unfortunately. That was the most traumatic part of my childhood, I'd say. Like, there's nothing else that can compare to it. I was burned. I was put in cold water. I was hit with rolling pins in the head, and like I said, it was all normal. It was all normal at the time for me. Well, yeah, it was normal, and I realise now that it's really affected my life. It's really affected my life, even me now in my 30s. I remember going through things that I don't think I should have went through. That I remember being angry. I remember being angry as a child, but being angry as a child is something different as an adult, because when you're angry as a child, you don't know how to express yourself and how to deal with the anger. It's just some feeling that's in you. So what used to happen a lot was when I'd go to sleep, my mum used to tell me that I was swearing and shouting in my sleep, because I didn't know I was capable of doing this. I wasn't aware of it, but apparently that's what I did. You know what I mean? That's what I did, and I don't know what I said, but I think I might have been saying some crazy stuff as a child, you know. It happened once when we went to France on a trip. One of my uncles hit me, and I remember them talking about it the next day, saying the things I was saying, and my mum was saying they didn't repeat or tell me what I said, and I wasn't a kid that swore. like if we swore anything, we're getting licked. So I didn't swear or nothing, but the words were in my head, innit? And I remember how I felt at the time. So maybe I can imagine what I might have said. That's the most traumatic part of my life. My unfortunately, it's the relationship with my mum. There's people in the world that believe that I'm doing this to hurt them, that I'm expressing myself and telling my story to the world. I'd like to make a difference. I'd like to help somebody through my experience because it'll make it feel like it was worth it.
And what does help look like to you?
Pardon?
What does help look like to you? When you say you want to help somebody, what would that help be?
Because I feel like if I could tell somebody that these things aren't okay, because when I was a child, I didn't know what was going on with me was wrong, and I just wish I can't wish because I didn't have the brain capability to do things like call social services. I know that if I'd called social services now, they would have came through, and who knows what would have happened. I might have got taken away. They might have done an assessment. I don't know. But honestly, I know that, like, for example, like I wanna make a charity. I wanna make a charity, and I wanna help victims of child abuse. My mother went through something similar things to what I went through, so I'd understand. I don't understand her full story, but I'd like to help women, young women that have been in, abusive relationships and from childhood as well. And I'd like to help them with my story and my experience, and because deep down, I don't think a woman should have to grow and become a monster because they were a child once. They were an innocent child once. That's what I'd like to do. So with my story, I need to make a difference basically, because it'll be worth it if I can change one person's life. All the pain and all the things I went through maybe would have been worth it. You know, people need to know, that I know it sounds crazy, but kids need to know that they can call that 999 number.
And the 0800.
Yeah, they need to know. They need to know, because
Didn't you know that number 0800 111 Everybody knew that
the
number.
child line?
Yeah.
So there was a situation where me and my sister got some licks, and in that moment of time, the child line number came up. Full stop. It came up, and my mum went, "What do you want to call that number? Go on then, call it. See what happens. They'll put you in a home." And in my mind, my mum convinced me and my sister that it was okay at her house. Like, it was a better life of mum, because I really wanted to call that child line number. It's like God had put that advert on TV in that moment of time. It was crazy. I'm telling you, the way it happened. Me and my sister just there. Me and my sister looked at each other. But but the kids need to be educated. I think that because, going to school and being around people, like in the situation I was in, I didn't know what I was in, but people need to be educated. I feel like it'd be nice if I could be like somebody that comes into schools and maybe shares my stories, and at the same time tell them that there's options available, so you're not forcing it, but you're telling them, so someone in there might be able to relate to me, and that could make a difference, because now that I'm 37 and I'm surviving in the world by myself, you know what I mean, they're all gone, there's no one here supporting me, I'm supporting myself, and it's not fair because you got to remember, I came into the world with a family, with people that were there, that were there for me, and these kids out here. There's so many stories on the internet that are going on where parents are abusing children. Like, you know, that what's the little boy, the white guy that died, the kid that they broke his bones. Remember on them?
Yeah,
They
I
said,
do.
and he said nobody loves me,
Yeah.
and I couldn't
Is
help.
it Alfie?
I think that was him, but I think no. When that came out, I could proper relate to that story. You know what I'm saying? I could proper, and I think, and then there's another one where this black woman went raving for a week and left her daughter at home. You see that one? And I'm thinking, rah, like this could have been me. I'm one of the, but the only difference is we've got the internet now, so it's posted and it's there, So I just feel like children need to know that if they're being abused or if they know somebody that's being abused, because they could be their friend. They might see their body in the change room at school. Who knows? Or their friend might tell their friend. It's really important to speak up. I'm not talking about being a snitch. I'm talking about literally saving someone's life, because someone might not die, but they might have mental health issues or trauma that could chase them for the rest of their life. You know, so making a difference, I think is very important. So that's what God needs to use my body for in the long run.
So, are you planning on helping through music? Have you found a bridge to link the two?
No, I haven't. My music doesn't relate to.
Do you want it to? Do you think it should?
Not at the moment, but I feel like in the long run, definitely. But I feel like I've got to create my underground hype, my buzz. So I'm talking about the streets. I'm talking about clashing MCs. I'm talking about pint with the lads, you know, London girls, the cost of living.
yeah.
But
all the current.
Yeah, but that subject, you know, the child abuse and those things, they're very important. Very real to me, but I feel like I need to get a bit more established before I put that side.
Do you not think that something like that would establish you? Do you know any other MC grime artist that is doing anything like that, or even spoken about?
No.
So wouldn't that put you on the map then to make you different? Don't you think?
I don't know, because the thing is, if I make a song about the abuse I faced as a child.
Not necessarily the abuse that you faced as a child, but the message that you're trying to put across to other children. You can speak about this.
Yeah,
if you see your brethren in distress, or if your brethren's told you, you can speak about this.
That's a deep thing, and I think I'd love to think I'd like to be a part of that in the future, but it has to be done so right.
Do you know what? I'll be honest, yeah. I tell you what, this is such a somber moment, and I will be honest with everybody out there. There are so many of you guys, men, male, yeah, especially of colour, that have been through abuse in this country, yeah, in some way, shape or form. I think you all need to come together and do something and save others that might be behind you.
Yeah, that would be a great thing, but I think it would.
You know, like they done. Hold on a minute. Sorry. You know, like they done. Feed the world. Feed the world. Feed the world. Let them know it's Christmas time. Bob Geldof and all that. Not done.
No, not done that song.
It's Christmas time. Don't know that Christmas song. Okay, fair enough. Anyway, as you guys know, they've done a massive song about that. This is something, because I know a good few black guys, yeah, around your age group, yeah, that have been abused in different ways, yeah, but still abused, and the trauma that follows them to what they could have been as a person had that abuse not have happened.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's mad. So you know already, because already you've made it quite clear that you would want to help others.
Yeah, definitely. That needs to be.
Yeah, that's
minimum.
something that I mean, what you said here today is very deep. Do you forgive your mum?
I think I don't know. I don't know, because the thing is, with my mum, there's been recent events where she's shown to me that she doesn't really care or love me, and the problem is, if you do something to someone when they're young, affects them for the rest of their life, and they still act a certain way. How can you even forgive that person if they don't rate you? That person don't rate you. You know what I mean? So it's just sometimes, you know what I said about that thin line between love and harassment. Sometimes you just gotta let people live to their own devices, and if you care enough, you can hope that they might work it out. But if you don't care, then that means you've moved on. That means you've done and let go. Sometimes you gotta let go.
And I really, I swear to God, yeah, I so resonate with what you just said, because the not caring part is so much easier than trying to hold on to what.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? To somebody that won't even acknowledge the fact that they've done something wrong.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense, and so I hear that.
Yeah, and it's not like my mom's gonna come back into my life and be the woman I need her to be, and love me and support me and come to my music shows and all that. That's not gonna happen. You know what I mean? It's sometimes you just gotta be realistic about life.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with that, and that's hard sometimes, though. Fox.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
The reality sometimes is hard.
But then I just hope one day that I can have my own family that I can
And do better with.
that I can love and be proud of, and you know what I mean, have a real reason to be proud of myself and them. And
I tell you what, and that will happen for you. And even if you become a great role model to some other children that might not be your family, that will be also good. But like I said, I resonate with what you say so much, because I didn't have the greatest relationship with my mum either. But with my children, I have gone all out, just to make sure it's not the same.
yeah, I respect that. Definitely.
Well, I respect what you're saying, because you have good intentions of doing exactly the same thing.
Yeah, but I at the same time with what you're saying, I want to be. If I ever get the opportunity, I want to be the greatest dad. But at the same time, because of my experience in life and what I've been through, I need to get some sort of counselling, some support, so I can fix what's in there, because I don't want history to repeat itself. And I know that when children are first born and when they're young, they absorb what's around them.
Absolutely.
So without a doubt, I've definitely got toxic traits. I've gone through some awful things in life, and for me to say that I haven't got these things, I'd be a fool.
That's really good that you can admit it.
So I feel like I need to get some sort of counselling. If you read my life on paper, he definitely needs counselling.
Yeah.
So I wanna go through that, because I don't wanna get to a point where I find the woman of my dreams, someone that I love, someone who supports me, someone who's got my back, and then we build a family and then I ruin it all.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'd hate myself for that.
Yeah, of course.
Because I feel like it takes years to build these things, and I've ruined a lot of things in life. Not like I'm talking about general things by having a big mouth in a job or anything. So imagine that one, your family, like bam, you lose your family, and it's the same for men and the same for women. A woman's never going to be the same once she's had a child, and a man's never going to be the same once he's had a woman and a family, his first kid. Even though the kid doesn't physically come out of the man,
it's still his first kid. It's 50-50.
Yeah. What you know what I mean? What am I going to do? Go into a next relationship with the same level of power? Well, some men can, but
That's not what you want.
I think I'm a bit more sensitive as a human.
That. Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So we got something out of him, guys.
Yeah, you got something out of me. Yeah.
That's nice to know. That's really, really refreshing, because I think that it's a really bad idea that when you've been through bad experiences as a child to end up being bitter and twisted as an adult. I think it's a bad idea, and I think it's a bad idea for the reasons that you said, because you don't want history to repeat itself.
Yeah. I want it needs to be abolished. This cycle you got to remember, it's lasted generations. There's people who I don't know in my family that have gone through the same pain as what I've gone through. Someone that's been made to feel that small, And you got to remember in them days, they all had weapons in it. There's all their household weapon, their cane, whatever they got. So I'd like to think if I can't become a rich multi-millionaire artist in my life, I'd like to at least minimum make a difference for the next generation in my bloodline. You know, so it'd be nice to think, you know what? Even though my life didn't turn out great, at least I did enough to abolish this abuse.
Absolutely.
And all the next generation, they can live free and do what they want to do and use their mind and get to whatever they're meant to be, because whatever I've done in my life the abuse in my childhood has affected every moment of it. So
yeah, the best thing to do is, if you want to have a good relationship with your kid, is to have a good relationship with the mum. Because that's the way through the kid.
What do you mean? You know, the baby mum?
Yeah, well, hopefully she'll be your girlfriend or your wife.
Oh, yeah.
If you have a good relationship with her, whether you're together or not, then she will always give you the opportunity to get to know your child, which is all you want, really, at the end of the day, even if you and the mum don't
but
get
listen,
on.
yeah, but listen, I don't want that if. I want my kid and I want my girl. That's it, but I don't want that if, we're going to split up now, I'm a single dad. What's the point of me having kids and making a family and investing my time and my years?
Yeah, well,
you know what I mean? I don't want to be a single. I don't want to be a single dad.
And I hear it.
That's my worst nightmare.
So mind who you're picking up in life then.
Yeah, that's important.
That is the best thing I can say to you
so
right now.
important, yeah.
That is where it starts.
Yeah.
Because without that person that's going to be willing, like you say, to love you, support you, accept you for who you are, without that, then anything can, there's so many ifs.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So that's where it starts. And I love the fact for you that you've almost got a clean slate because you don't have any children already.
Oh, yeah.
So you don't have any complications.
Yeah. And I think that's a good thing, because for me, when a woman's got a kid, it's like I don't want to sound like I'm a misogynist, but it's just, for me, it's not the one. I know that
That's not what you're looking for.
There's limited time. We've got limited time together.
Yeah.
The woman's got priorities. And if the woman puts me first, I'm going to look down on you.
Yeah.
That's messed up.
I love that. No, that's not messed up. That's really good. If
sure?
you look down, my dad used to say, darling, when you go to a man's yard and he knows he's got your kids, when he knows you've got your youths at home, he's supposed to run you from the door.
Oh, yeah.
He's supposed to run you back to your yard to go and look. He's not supposed to let you in.
Yeah.
And lie down on top of you while you got your youths at home. You're not supposed to do that, Bridget.
No.
He's supposed to open the door and say, what do you want? Go back to your youths.
Yeah.
That's what he's supposed to say. So it's not deep what you're saying. I love what you're saying.
Yeah,
it's old school. Don't look at him. He's all right. Because he has to lock off when we say, carry on.
Yeah, I just feel like...
Yeah, exactly. One of them ones. Come on.
What's I saying?
You were saying that you feel like if you had a...
Oh, yeah. Listen, if a woman's got kids and she's putting me first, I know as a man that's wrong.
Good.
I've been with women like that.
Good.
And it's not... I've lost respect for them.
Good.
You know, and
that makes you a good person.
So yeah, but when you look at it, a woman, even though I'm the guy that wants to pursue the girl, so cool, I want you, but then you've got kids, and then you're putting me first.
Yeah, so then you need a woman without kids.
Yeah.
Or what about a woman with kids that are so big that she has got the time for you now?
Well, it's a bit techie, you know.
Yeah, it's
a bit techie. It is a bit techie.
You've got such a good slate. Listen, I think you need to come back. Are you going to come back?
Yeah, I do.
I think you need to come back. I think we need to continue this because I think it's lovely because you're so open and you're so honest. And that is so rare, isn't it, ladies? Especially for a man. Right, okay. So, guys, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Hub podcast, FIIG'S, all the rest of it. Fox, famous Fox. Foxamous. Which means famous fox.
Fox and famous.
Fox and famous. All mixed in.
FOXAMOUS.
Yeah, done that. I put that in. You're not on Facebook, are you?
Yeah, I am actually. I got a page.
Under Foxamous.
Yeah, there's a page. There's a fan page.
Yeah, but it never came up when I spelt it and I put it in.
Oh.
Okay. Gotta go. Mr. Blue's looking at his watch. Thank you, guys. Love you so much. Do not forget, I was looking at hair past skin. Do not forget to tune in next week, Thursday. In fact, do not tune out of the Hub Live Radio, because if you tune out, you will miss it. Do you get me? Whatever's going on, you're going to miss it. Do not tune out. And remember all the great raves that we got going on. Usually they're on Shubs. So go on Shubs, look up anything to do with the Hub Live Radio, Usual Suspects, DJ Frisky, and don't miss our tings, bruv. See you guys next week. Bye.